last Sunday when Roger Federer became 8-time Wimbledon champion. Good on you, Rog. I was hoping it'd be Andy, but that's fine. The BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, revealed to everybody the new incarnation of Doctor Who, which is now a woman. And that wasn't totally surprised. Everybody became incredibly surprising. Everybody was amazed. I wasn't so much because it's been kind of on the cards for a little while, but whatever. Tell you what did bloody surprise me though. Well, I didn't see it. I was in work, right? And I come out of work and I've got literally like half a dozen text messages saying, George, have you seen the Doctor Who trailer? 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 Then my mum rings me and says, George, I said, I think I know what you're going to say at this point. George, have you seen the Doctor Who trailer? You are going to be fucking livid. And I said, Mum, if it's a woman, I'm not going to be livid. That's totally fine. It could be an interesting direction that the show could go if they do it well. And she went, no, that's not why you're going to be livid. They've actually nixed your Fragrance Apprentice trailer. And I was like, what are you talking about? What do you mean Doctor Who have nicked my Doctor Who? My Fragrance Apprentice trailer? And she went, they've got the exact same costume. It's even filmed in a similar way. It's mental. And I said, what? Alright. And then I watched it, and it's pretty weird, actually. There are some striking similarities between the Doctor Who reveal trailer and my Obsession teaser trailer of Season 4. It's quite bizarre, quite unusual, and as I was watching it, it was kind of weird. A friend at work, David, actually came up to me and said, I was watching that Doctor Who trailer and I thought, I've seen this before, but how could I have? This is the first time I've seen it, and I thought of the thing that you did. Now, do I honestly think that the BBC have watched my video and stolen it? The answer is probably not. In fact, it is probably just one of those incredibly bizarre and weird coincidences that does happen time to time. Some of the shots, and even it's just weird, like the clothing is really similar, even to the lapels on the coat, but you know, they're two very different trailers. One is about a character and, you know, he's trying to hide himself and he's doing this kind of thing and he doesn't really want to be seen. The other is a character who is actually eventually trying to reveal themselves. But you know something, it's not as improbable as it once was. The Fragrance Apprentice is actually sort of growing somewhat, although you wouldn't think that with all of the Fragrantica and Base Note threads about YouTube fragrance reviews. They never mentioned me. I am nothing to them. If you're interested about the Fragrance Apprentice's opinion on the Doctor being a woman, this is the way that I honestly feel about it is this, right? You know, there's this whole kind of thing of like, oh, this is so good, this is really good for women, this is really good for feminism and all this kind of stuff, and I'm thinking, you mustn't have watched the show before. The characterizations of the women in Doctor Who are so bland, so one-dimensional, relatively sexist, especially when Stephen Moffat is writing. All the female characters are really kind of the same and don't really have too much depth. They just are feisty, you know, that's just kind of like what it is. And Doctor Who is not, you know, I don't really watch it anymore. I'm repping the old school, you know, original, the OGs, you know, William Hartnell, Pertwee, Tom Baker. I love, even have a soft spot for Colin, and I pretty much idolised Paul McGann throughout my childhood, really. Even though he did the one film, I actually grew up on his Big Finish audio dramas. Like, legitimately, that was the Doctor Who I kind of grew up with in a way. This latest actress said, don't be afraid of me because of my gender or whatever. I'm personally not afraid of you because of your gender. I'm actually more afraid of Chris Chibnall, who actually wrote an episode of Torchwood in which a female alien comes to Earth and is like a nymphomaniac and feeds and kills men on eating their sexual energy.
Really? That's ridiculous. Okay, first off, why is he that loud? Second off, Oh,
Oh, there you go.
second off, why did it literally take him 2 seconds? Thirdly, why did he just explode?
I don't know if this is really the appropriate guy to be writing the first female incarnation of Doctor Who. And you know what? I'm just like, everybody's going nuts and saying, oh, this is so wonderful, this is so brilliant for women and everything like that. But I'm worried. I'm sat here worried, thinking like the first episode that we're going to get, she's going to regenerate. And she's like, oh, I've got boobs now. I'm a woman. And it sort of just like takes the mick out of women's biology. And then there's just jokes about... I could see it like going really like these extreme sort of stereotypes and cliches. Like she's flirting with every single man that's around, every single male enemy she has to flirt with. She literally saves the day because of something to do with the fact that she is just a woman, and it just makes all about the fact that she is a woman, instead of actually trying to aspire to create a really strong, powerful, independent character that just happens to be a woman, which has been done so many times before. You know, I could just imagine it is already kind of like a pretty lewd show, and it can be tasteless at times. And I could imagine just a lot of tasteless jokes and stupid things about female biology. I could imagine like jokes about like pregnancy. I could even imagine like jokes about time of the month, stuff like that. For real, I do not feel as though the BBC truly have the maturity, the intelligence and the tact to sort of do what they're doing. You know, it could be an incredible... I think it could be like a really incredible thing, an incredibly sort of unique story of a male Time Lord regenerating into a woman, and how he has to sort of deal with that, how he has to cope with that, come to terms with it. He's finding new emotions, he's finding new ways of processing the world, processing reality. That could be really interesting and really cool and really brilliant, but I don't think so. I think he's just going to regenerate and go, oh, I've got boobs now. And I think that's literally the level of intelligence and the level of insight that we will get from the fact that the Doctor has turned into a woman. But if there is somebody, you know, in the Doctor Who production team who actually does watch my stuff and is into fragrances, then, I don't know, you know, hopefully listen to this video, listen to what I have to say, or just hire me. You know, if that was actually, like, influenced by my video, why didn't you just call me up? I leave my email in the description every video. I don't know. So, yeah. Anyway, if nothing else, it shows that I'm thinking, maybe I'm so entranced with Doctor Who and so in sync with it, that I'm coming up with the ideas that they make before they even think of them. So that's really cool. Anyway, I'll see you on Monday on the Fragrance Apprentice, and I'm out.